Hello, my name is Keith Walker, librarian for the Business School here at Edinburgh Napier, and I'm going to show you how to access legal materials using some of our resources. What you can see is the employment law module page on Moodle, and a lot of the resources you'll find will be available under this library resources block to the right hand side here and through Westlaw. So if we click on the link, this should take us directly through to Westlaw, which is this legal database. A lot of the material we want to find is under the IDS Employment Law module of this database, and you can get to this by coming up to the top line here and clicking on where it says IDS Employment Law. So we click there and it takes us through, and here's our search box. So what are we searching for? Well, you can see that we've got IDS Current Awareness, Employment Law Brief, Employment Law Cases, Employment Law Handbooks. If we search something here, all these boxes are ticked, so it searches through all of those to bring up results. So it might be that it's a case we're looking for, so a law brief would be the answer there. In Unit 1, for example, we have Auto Cleanse versus Belcher. So we'll just type those in and click search. And we get these results coming up. So we've got IDS Employment Law Cases, Law Handbooks, Law Cases, etc., etc. So we'll just click this one here because it's the first one. And something should happen, and it brings up the results. So Employment Law Cases tells you a little bit about what it's come under. There's the transcript, who the judges involved were, the principle of it, the facts, why it was held, the reference, and a note. So it's kind of like an overview of what the case was about. Now if we just go back to the search results, you'll see that what we had was the employment law cases. You'll also see at the top that there's employment law brief. There's 13 results. So if we click that, that will just isolate the employment law brief. And here it is here, express terms as status binding unless a sham, Auto Cleanse v Belcher's E80 case comment. Full text article. We click on that, and again what comes up is not the actual transcript of the law report itself, but the case comment, and that basically tells you what the case was about. And from speaking to Ian Watson, the law brief is probably your best place to find out this information. So that's how to do that, which is really quite simple. Now I'm just going to segue slightly to talk about legislation, because in some cases you'll be asked to look at particular acts of Parliament, and Westlaw again is where we would find these. I do apologise for that. Let me find something that comes up for that. Employment Rights Act, for example. Okay, where would we go? We're in IDS Employment Law at the moment. You'll see that there's a legislation tab at the top. If we click on that, we come to the legislation text. Now we could put in the name of the act, and as we say, we're looking at Employment Rights Act, so Employment Rights Act, and you'll see that it's giving you all these various things. So we'll do 1996 and we'll search for that, and here it comes up. Employment Rights Act 1996 Chapter 18. So if we just click Arrangement of Act, this will bring up the various parts that make up the Act itself, the sections. So it's beginning to load. So here we have section 1, section 2, etc, etc. And you'll notice at the top of Unit 3, for example, it says Employment Rights Act, ERA 1996, section 98, subsection 4. So if we just scroll down, find section 98. Click on that. And eventually it'll take us through. So there we are, section 98, the general. And there's 4, where the employer has fulfilled the requirements of subsection 1, the termination of the question of whether the dismissal is fair or unfair, having regard to the reasons shown by the employer, etc, etc. And that is what you're looking for that way. So again, we just go back to legislation, we type in the name of the Act. When the Act comes up, we look at the section number and the paragraph thereof. And that is how to find legislation. Hopefully that's useful. Please feel free to get in touch if you're not sure of anything. You can email me at k.walker@napier.ac.uk. But hopefully you'll find that useful. Thank you very much.